Buzz here, back with another banger. Today's episode focuses on Swampface, an extremely difficult heal check that will leave both you and your team tapped by the end. I'm yapping over footage from Jinxy as well as my own, so let's get right into it. Lock in! A quick breakdown on Swampface. He links 4 players with one another, does a massive AoE hit with decently dangerous rolling blobs, and does a frontal. You can make your life as a healer a heck of a lot easier by standing separately from the group, which will ensure you don't get linked, and you either don't have to move for the frontal, or you bait it for your team, which is equally good. Now, time to Glug! So, I like to start off the fight with a strong premonition, but it's all good if I had to send on the pack before and I'm coming in not as strong as I'd like to. The name of the game for me is to save the mage's cauterize until I have to let it proc strategically. So during each normal phase, I'm constantly focusing on shielding the boomy, and during each AoE phase, I'm adding an extra care on the mage. The DK is basically a tank, so I rarely focus him and instead focus on myself, the boomy, and the mage. Let's watch some footage. So for the first Awaken the Swamp, we're in Lust and I have Clairvoyance, so we are giga safe. I used my Solace on the mage who just used Alter, which made it pretty useless. I definitely want to be watching for that, and I typically try and put Solace on the boomy. The mage starts to get low here, and I shield without penancing first. This is totally fine. Like, ideally you want to be penancing before every shield to giga juice it, but if you need to save someone immediately, shielding them is totally fine. I'm playing Light Shard Trinket, and in general it can get me in trouble. A lot. Like, especially on a constant heal check fight like this where I try and sneak in a cheeky shard and fall behind because of it. You know what I mean? I have PI, Shadow Covenant, and Premonition of Piety rolling, so I tell the team, we're turbo safe. Lock in! In the meantime, I'm just either offensive penancing and then shielding boomy, or defensive penancing a low target and still shielding the boomy or the mage.
Frontal.
It's gonna be darkness in a bit. 4 seconds.
Okay.
Dodge.
I'm gonna go up here.
Dodge.
One thing I should have called for is for Formal to block the beginning of this phase instead of the end. It would have been a lot less spooky. I'm trying to heal you here.
Frontal.
Only have health bot.
Okay.
I'll give the party leech when we intermission.
May throw safe.
Dodge.
As you see, getting hit by the blobs isn't the worst thing in the world. Intentionally getting hit by 1 or 2 to get a cast off is totally fine, and I do it all the time. I'm not too sure how Maestro died here, but if I just communicated that he was in danger, he would have health potted or went bare for 2 seconds and lived.
You're gonna be linked to us now, because he died.
Great. Dunks. This is gonna be Mage Barrier right now, and then AMZ on the
I have
thing.
MZ.
Yep.
Yeah, in 2
Dodge.
seconds.
Right, go right.
I'll try and follow where
Hey,
you
overall,
go.
we were pretty safe and cozy during this fight. We used all of our externals, we used all of our defensives, and it was all good. But one thing I would change is I would use my P-subs a bit more, as I ended the fight with 2 charges, and I also could have called for health pots at any point. But the team was cozy, and we took the W. Time to Linky with Jinxy. So I asked her why she's playing the build she is, and as far as improved Purify goes, she said she forgot to change talents before starting the key. Unlucky. And on the right hand side, she says she often switches talent points trying to figure out what feels best, and that there are no hugely right or wrong choices, they're all minor. On what type of healer versus damage dealer she is, she said keeping her team safe and alive saves more time than min-maxing DPS. So with that little intro, Jinxy is playing a slightly different comp with Ellie instead of Fire Mage. Definitely curious to see how much more difficult or easier it is to heal. Let's lock in. Lock in! For the first Awaken, Jinxy's in PI with Shadow Covenant going and AMZ up. Super cozy. In the meantime, she's doing her penance shielding. She's being a good shield bot. I feel like I'm noticing her flash heal more than I do. I also use Radiance a lot as a party heal as opposed to just applying Atonement, which I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but it works for me. Here we see it looks like Evangelism was popped, but it was just her insta Radiance cast with Premonition of Piety rolling. Something I don't hear a lot of priests talk about is how strong Radiance is now, especially with the Waste No Time talent that makes it insta cast after using Premonition. This is a great example. I see her activate Premonition of Insight and Defensive Penance, Shield, Offensive Penance, Evangelism. Extremely strong combo. If you wanted one small critique, here she shields the tank when she absolutely didn't need to, and it would have been more valuable on another player. With that being said, I do that too. It's all good. Just something small we could all keep in mind to get better. Something I didn't mention during my video that I see here is that Ultimate Penitence is sort of weak on its own, right? You don't want to necessarily use it as a catch-up mechanic, instead pairing it with defensives or group defensives like here with AMZ to complement them as opposed to being a Giga OP heal mechanic on its own. I'm just saying it matters when you use it. So PI is about to end just as the damage phase begins, so she sends a piece up, which was massive. I still don't know why I sat on mine for like the entire fight. I'd much rather be proactive than reactive, but it doesn't always work out that way in real time. She does a great job of penetrating into shield and keeping her team safe. It looks like she doesn't have much here as she used Premonition of Solace going into the AoE, but somehow she keeps the team alive with flash heals and Radiance casts. Evangelism just comes off cooldown, and I maybe would have panic sent it there, but it was smart to save for the final AoE phase that they'll get. So yeah, if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you tuning in. Come watch me yap and clap daily on Twitch. Peace.